Hello Soulmate, welcome back to Sew with Jua. In today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how to cut and sew this simple A-line shirt dress I'm wearing. It has a collar and a string to help define the waistline. This button down shirt dress is very beginner friendly and easy to follow. If this is what you are interested in, why not keep watching, and don't forget to hit the like button and leave a comment. We'll be cutting the back first, so I've gone ahead to fold my fabric into to mark my starting line. Then I pinned it because I don't want it to shift while taking my measurements. So I'll start by taking my shoulder measurements divided by 2. It gave me 7.5 plus half inch, that's 8. Then my neck width of 3 inch, while the neck depth is 1 inch, because we are drafting the back bodies, then we'll use the back to cut the front. So I'm just going to mark my neckline. So after that, then we'll now proceed to mark our shoulder slope. You know that our shoulder is not straight, it's curvy. So I went down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. Then I'm just going to connect it to my neckline. So after doing that, I'm now going to go down by 7.5 inch, which is 2 inch above your bust point. So for my armhole opening is 7.5 inch. I'm just going to rule it, then I'll connect it. While for the round body measurement for our chest line, I'm going to take my round body measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch for ease. That is a shirt, so it's supposed to be free, plus another 1 inch for stitch allowance. That means I add 2 inch in total, both for ease and for stitch allowance. So now I'm going to go down from my shoulder downwards to my waistline. After that, I'll also mark out my hip line, that is from my shoulder to my hip line. Then I'm just going to connect the dots like this so I can place my horizontal measurements. So for your chest line, that is for the armhole, remember we added just 1 inch allowance for ease. So the waistline, we are going to skip that first. We are not going to be doing much there. Then we'll move to the hip line. Our hip divided by 4, then we'll add extra 3 inch for ease allowance, then 1 inch for stitch allowance, meaning in total we added 4 inch to our waist. Now I'm going to take the full length of the dress. So from my shoulder, I'll mark it to the length I want. Then I'm just going to rule it out like this so I can take the round body measurement. So I'm going to place my hip measurement here also, plus 4 inch for ease, then 1 inch for stitch allowance, making 5 in total. So now I'm just going to connect the dots. I'll connect it like this to meet the hip dot, that is the 4 inch stitch, 3 inch for ease and 1 inch for stitch allowance for my waist. Then I'll just connect it downwards to meet the full length of my dress. So when I'm done, just to add, this one is optional, you can leave it like this because it's an A-line dress. So I just went in on my waistline by 1 inch. I went in by 1 inch, then I blend it to the body like you see me doing. So for our folding allowance I will use to fold this shirt, I went down by 2 inch for stitch allowance. Then I'll just cut it out like this. Remember to add half inch on your shoulder and the neckline that will be used to join the front bodies and the back bodies together later. Now let me show you how to cut your button placket using the back bodies to cut the front bodies. So we are just going to place our back bodies on top of a fabric that is already folded into 2. Then I'm going to make sure I leave 2 inch at the front part like you see me trying to adjust. Make sure it's exactly 2 inch. That will be our button placket later. So I'm just going to cut off this excess at the top side, then pin it together if you have to so it doesn't shift. This is the part where you need to watch closely to see what I'm doing. So I'm going to take my neck width of 3 inch, then my neck depth of 3 inch also. So I will just connect it like a boss. Remember I connected it out to meet that 2 inch button placket that we left behind. You see it's already looking like a box. So now I'm going to remove that 2 inch button placket. If you watch closely you see what I'm doing. Then I will connect my round neckline, excluding the button placket side. So for my 3 inch excluding the button placket, I'm going to go in by 1 inch like you see me doing. So the reason why we went inward by 1 inch is for our v-neck opening. That is the opening for the v-neckline. So from that neck width of 3 inch, we are going to place our tape ruler and come downwards again by how deep we want our v-neck to be. So I came down by 7 inch. So I'm just going to connect it like this to get our v-neck line. Then that's basically all. So your button placket basically is just like you adding zipper allowance, how you add extra for your zipper allowance. That's how to cut your button placket. So I'm just going to cut the front side. You see how I cut it? I'll just slash my v neckline open, cut the neckline also, and for my button placket I'm just going to open it up like this. You know your shirt, the front part has two pieces, like it's two, the button side and the buttonhole side. So that is why you have to open the button placket like this. Every other part is the same thing with the back. Next thing we'll be learning is how to fold our button placket. So I'm just going to open up the two pieces like this. So first, remember our button placket, we left 2 inch. Our button placket is 2 inch, right? So I'm going to take that 2 inch and just fold it like this. Remember that is the wrong side of my fabric that is facing me, that is facing you right now. So I'm going to make sure that I fold exactly 2 inch that I left for my button placket. So I'm just going to confirm it and make sure I have exactly 2 inch here like this. So I'm going to just align the other fabric, then I'll use it to demonstrate what I'm doing. As I'm doing this one, you'll be seeing what I'm doing. When I get to that sharp side, that sharp V side, I'm going to pinch it like this, like I just did. Then when I get to that upper part, this upper part, I'm going to fold 1 inch there. I cannot get exactly 2 inch on that upper part, but as I proceed downwards, it's going to get 2 inch. So I'll just iron it and pin it downwards. Then I'll show you. This is what it looks like. I've ironed and pinned it. You can see it's exactly 2 inch. The upper part is 1 inch, but as I go downward, you can see it increasing until I get to the real part. It's exactly 2 inch. This part I'm yet to fold in my button placket, but this is what it looks like just by ironing and pinning it down. You can see the v-neck line, that pointed side is showing that yeah, it's a v-neck shirt dress. So now I'm just going to turn it to the wrong side like you see me doing and just pin it. I'll head over to my machine and just fold it by 1/2 inch and sew on top of it. I'll just sew on top of it with 1/2 inch. So before you cut your collar, you first have to join your shoulders together like you see me doing. Align it like this and pin it together. Make sure that there's no excesses on the neck side. If there's any excesses, let it be on the armhole. You can easily trim it off. So for my sleeve, I'm just going to open it up, take the full measurements here. So I'll put that into consideration while cutting my sleeve. So I'm just going to fold my material into 4 because I'll be cutting both sleeve at once. So after drafting your basic sleeve, like your basic sleeve drafting, the only tweak here is the bell effect. So I'm just going to take whatever measurement I have here in total at this upper part. I'll just measure it to know what I get. So whatever I have here, I'm just going to add 1 inch to it to get that bell sleeve effect, that wide effect. I'll add 1 inch, then I'll add another 1 inch for stitch allowance. Then I'll just connect it to meet the hem of my sleeve like this. So I'll just go ahead, after doing that, I'll just go ahead and cut it out. Make sure you notch this part, the midpoint of your sleeve. Then you open up your armhole like this. To attach my sleeve to my armhole, I'm going to align that notched part to be on top of my shoulder, that stitched part on my shoulder. I'll place it together right like this, right side facing each other. Then I'll stitch it by 1/2 inch. And this is what it looks like after stitching our sleeve to it. I've also folded the hem of my sleeve. I'm just going to align it but on the wrong side and close the side. So you have to first join the bodies together like this, join the shoulder together before you be able to cut your collar. So now that we've joined the body together, I'm going to take the round neck of my dress. I'll take the round neck, make sure it is accurate, make sure you get the exact inch. So after getting that, I got 11 inch in total, and this is the fabric that we'll be using to craft our collar. I've gone ahead to put my hemming stay. You can put your paper stay or your collar stay on it. I've ironed it to it. So for the length that I'm using 7 inches, 7 inch long, while for the width is 11 inch plus extra 2 inch for my stitch allowance and other things that I'll be needing. So the width is 11 inch plus 2 inch allowance, while the length is 7 inch. When you fold it into two like this, you'll be getting 3.5 inch for the length. So I'm going to show you how I fold my collar into four. You fold it like this, then you fold it again and iron it. So you'll be dividing your measurement by 2. So our round neck measurement is 11 divided by 2, that's 5.5. So this side that I'm opening is where we'll be attaching to our shirt. You see this side I'm touching, that's the midpoint of our collar, so we are going to leave it at 3.5 inch, while this other edge, the edge of our collar, we are going to come up by 1 inch, making 2.5. We'll be left with 2.5. So we are going to blend from that 2.5. We'll blend it to meet the midpoint of our collar like this. To give our collar that pointy effect at the front, we are going to come out from this side. We'll come out by half an inch. We'll come out by half an inch. The tip of our collar, on the tip of our collar, will come out by half an inch. Then we just slant it down like that to meet our 2.5 inch that we came down by, just to give it that pointy effect, like you see me demonstrating on your screen. So now that's basically, I'm just going to cut it out, but when I get to this part, this exact part, I'm going to add 0.25 inch that I'll be using to stitch the collar, just to be sure I'm still on the right side. So after everything, I measured round my collar. Remember, it is folded into two and I have 5.5 inch left. That is 11 inch, exactly what I need for my collar. So the remaining one, I'll be using it as my stitch allowance. So I also notched the midpoint of my collar. So I'll head over to my sewing machine and just close it with the stitch allowance that I have. Then I'm going to turn it over to the right side, iron it. Then I'll pick my dress now, fold it into two like this. Exactly, then I will now notch the midpoint, that's the back of my dress. I will notch the midpoint, open it up. To attach my collar to my dress, I'm going to place the both notched parts together like this and pin it together. Then I will head over to my sewing machine and stitch it with half inch together. So after doing that, now I'm going to now use the other parts like this to close it. Then I'll fold it inside with another half inch like this. Then I'll stitch on top of it. Then I'm going to have a very neat finishing. So after doing that, now let's work on our string. So I'm going to take my measurement from my shoulder to my waist on my dress like this is 16 inch. So from the side of my dress like this, I'm going to place my tape rule and just come inwards by 4 inch. See, I came up by I came down by 16, then I went inside by 4 inch. So I'm going to attach my string like this. The length and the width of your string, it all depends on how you want it. So I'll also do the same thing for the back. I'll go inside by 4 inch and attach my string. Then I'll just head over to my sewing machine and stitch on top of it like this. So when I'm done, this is what it's going to give me, this snatched waist. So I'll also do that for the other side of my shirt dress. So how I place my buttonhole and my button itself, from that v-neck side, the sharp v-neck side, I'm going to make a mark on both sides. Then I'll keep coming down by 2.5 gap for my buttonhole and my button. We'll also fold the hem of our dress. That will be the end of this tutorial. Don't forget to help me hit the like button so this video can reach a wider audience, and also hit the subscribe button so you can see my video when I post next week Tuesday. Bye. Enjoy the rest of your